Hello viewers, welcome to News OK's Parties Extra, brought to you by Party Galaxy. I'm Helen Ford Wallace, and here today is David Uli, owner of Mr. Uli's in Penn Square. He will tell us what men are wearing to parties. Welcome, David.
Thank you.
Mr. Uli's has wonderful men's fashions, and you all have been in business for 45 years. Tell us about your store.
Well, my dad started the store in 1964. His first location was in Shepherd Mall, and his dream was just to have the best men's clothing store in Oklahoma City.
Are there new trends in men's clothing this year, particularly
Absolutely.
for parties?
Men's clothing has really evolved. The fashion change started a couple of years ago. We went through a period in the 90s and early part of this century where men's clothing tended to be oversized, very extended shoulders, baggy pleated trousers, very full-fitting shirts. And that has all started to come in. It comes in degrees. Men's fashion doesn't change as quickly as women's fashions. It's more of an evolution. But the men's suit today is more fitted, a little bit closer to the body, and most of the pants that we sell today have no pleats. And the shirts also accordingly fit a little bit less oversized. So men's clothing has moved to a little bit more of a fitted, more classically tailored look for men.
What about, tell us about the ties. I mean, people always, are there new trends in ties? Are they wide? Are they skinny? What are the ties doing?
Neckwear has narrowed a little bit because as clothing has become a little bit smaller fitting, the lapels have become a little bit narrower, but there hasn't been a drastic change. A necktie that maybe a person bought at Mr. Uli's a few years ago is definitely not going to be out of style today. In our region especially, we still sell a lot of color in neckwear. Men tend to like dark, classic conservative suits, but then they like to add a splash of color and use neckwear. So reds, yellows, high blues, and even pastel colors like pink and lavender is very, very popular.
And the jackets now are constructed a little softer. Tell us about that.
Yes, men's sports jackets have also evolved. Men seem to be in their lifestyle wanting to wear a tailored jacket even in their most casual moments, because there's still a place for tailored clothing when you're in leisure time, because it's so much more flattering on the body than just wearing a knit or a shirt. So the designers have developed and the tailors have developed softer constructed sport coats that don't look so formal. And by doing that, they have taken out some of the shoulder padding. The canvas or inner linings of the coats are much softer, so they have a very relaxed drape, so that they look appropriate if you wear them with knitwear or without a necktie.
You have a picture of one, I think.
Absolutely. This is another design by Xenia. And this also shows not only the beautiful texture and contour of the soft constructed shoulder, but it also shows a tip for people if you're wearing a sport jacket to a social event. You were talking about parties a little bit earlier. One of the mistakes that we can make if we simply fail to wear a tie with a sport coat, our clothing can be a little bit drab because the tie is what adds color and interest. Well, the way to get around this, as they have shown beautifully in this photograph, is by putting a very interesting shirt that has a bold and intricate pattern, and then of course adding this beautiful silk pocket square makes the outfit very, very interesting to the eye, even though it does not have a tie with it. I have another photograph showing the no tie look. And this gentleman has on a beautiful all-season navy blazer that's in a high-performance fabric that's actually developed to be very wrinkle-free and appropriate for business travel. But since he's wearing it in this example without a tie, he's chosen a bolder shirt to give it some personality, and once again added a beautiful silk foulard pocket square for it.
What about formal wear? Are the collars, is it a shawl collar now, or are they back? Or?
It's interesting because we still have interest in all three traditional looks in lapels and tuxedos. The notch, which looks like a suit lapel that's covered with satin or silk grosgrain. The peak, which has the pointed lapel, and then of course the rounded shawl. But another nice development in tuxedos today is, as I mentioned before, the fabrics are so much lighter weight. The tuxedos feel so good on, and a man doesn't have to dread going to a black tie event anymore because he feels like he's putting on something uncomfortable. It's just as comfortable as his casual wear. Another area that has become really growing is the semi-formal suit. Many parties these days are black tie optional, and so a lot of my clients are desiring a semi-formal suit, which is basically like a business suit, but executed in a very dark navy or black that they can wear with a classic four-in-hand tie and white pocket square. It's almost as formal as a tuxedo, but it can also be worn as a business suit.
And young career people are kind of going that way.
Yes, yes. The semi-formal suit is kind of becoming a wardrobe requirement. A lot of young men today are not in professions where they have to wear a suit every day, but there are so many social occasions and weddings, funerals, fundraisers, times that you have to look your best. So I feel every man today needs a semi-formal suit in his wardrobe.
And a blue blazer.
The blue blazer is another very, very important thing. You know, this is one thing that has never changed all the years that I've been in the business, is that the navy blazer is one of the basic components of a man's wardrobe. And the reason why is, Helen, there is absolutely nothing more versatile than a blue blazer. If a man invests in a beautiful navy jacket, in a wonderful all-season fabric, it can be so many things. If he puts it with a gray trouser and a white shirt, it's almost as dressy as a suit. But then he can put it with something like this beautiful outfit here, where the gentleman's wearing a sea island cotton trouser in a bone color, and now it becomes more of a resort or a party look. If he's traveling, he can take his navy blazer and a khaki trouser for casual and a gray trouser for dress up, and that's all the clothing that he has to take. So if there's one item that a young man should purchase for his wardrobe, it'd be a fine blue blazer, in my opinion.
And it can go with anything.
Absolutely.
How about where do you all buy? Do you go to New York?
Yes, all of our buying is done in New York. The great fashion brands that we represent, such as Giorgio Armani, Zegna, and Brioni, have permanent showrooms in New York, and we find that we can, by shopping in New York, we're as current with any store in the world in terms of being up to date in fashion. We have one very exclusive brand of men's shirts and ties called Charvet, which I get to travel to Paris once a year to buy because they have no representation in North America, and that's always a real treat. And that's a very exclusive brand. They don't have but maybe 20 stores in the United States that carry their products.
So do you have a website?
We do.
What
it's
is
very
it?
Simple. It's www.mrulease.com, and it's a nice overview of our products and services that we provide at the store.
And your store is right in Penn Square?
We're on the lower level of Penn Square Mall. We are on the south side of the mall, and our entrance is not on the outside, but it's right inside one of the main mall entrances, so it's very easy to get in and out of Mr. Ulee's.
Fall season is upon us, which brings the holidays right behind it.
Yes.
So do we have any new trends or something that's coming in new for the holidays or for fall?
Well, for fall, the exciting thing for us in fall are luxury fibers. That's the time of year that the temperatures are cool enough that we can wear cashmere and camel hair. And once again, there's been an evolution in luxury fibers and sport coats, because now so often they're blended with lighter weight yarns such as silk. So you have these wonderful silk and cashmere blends that have a rich fall look, but you don't have to wait for a cold day to wear them. And I love the fall season in clothing because the colors are so rich. And then you get to add knitwear and outerwear and a lot of components that we don't get to wear in the spring and summer. So it's my favorite time.
And you all have a lot of that too. You have
yes, we carry
things.
fine leather jackets. We carry beautiful cloth outerwear, both dress and casual. It's one of my favorite things to buy for the store, jackets and top coats.
Anything else about Mr. Ulee's or men's fashions?
Well, I think that Mr. Ulee's is, we are always looking for the very, very best products that are available, and the lines that we carry are very exclusive. So when someone visits our store, I honestly feel they'll have a world-class shopping experience.
That's wonderful. We are so glad that David Ulee talked to us today about what men should be looking for to wear now and for the upcoming party season. Thanks, Troctus, for our beautiful flowers today.